Hello, I'm David and I'm the product manager of the SMEMA Adaptor family of products. Today I'm going to be showing you the REST API of this SMEMA Ethernet adapter. Previously in other videos I've shown unboxing and setup, and this is more focused for developers to change the interlock states of the adapter and also monitor its current state. So from the extension, the MultiPlug extension, the SMEMA one, a REST API is native, so you can change the interlock states via other means, such as other extensions within the MultiPlug. They might be connected to other systems such as serial ports or dedicated MES systems, but this is a native way of changing the settings of the interlock. So previously I showed the user interface of the SMEMA MultiPlug software, and previously I controlled the interlock states via the user interface by clicking buttons, and of course that might be interesting to use in a emergency stop situation or a very hydraulic situation, but realistically we need to integrate this adapter into a bigger solution and system. To show you the REST API, I'm going to use a program called Postman, and it just gives me a quick way of firing off HTTP GET and POST request. So the structure is as following. It's the IP address or maybe the host name of the adapter, depending on if your network has registered it. It's API / the extension name, which in this case is MultiPlug.Ext.SMEMA, /1, which is the version number of the API, lane, interlock, and then what you want to do really. So in this situation it's the machine ready interlock. There's an index that's 0. That is optional. That is if you have multiple lanes, but it will default to 0 if you don't have that. And then the value of enabled equals true to enable the interlock. Now if I just pull that down and send that request, that was a bad example, wasn't it? Because actually they're all open at the moment, so let's just close them. Sorry, let's start again. Right, so it's all being blocked at the moment, and we send that request and there you go, it's unblocked. There currently the signal for the machine ready is not high, but let's make that high on the SMEMA cable, and the unblocking is occurring. We can then make that low and the blocking gets reinstated automatically because we haven't latched it. So if I then machine high, it's being blocked, and then I can send that request once more and it's gone through. Simple as that really. I can do the opposite, I can disable it. It won't block the SMEMA cable until the machine has cycled the machine ready signal. So if I just switch it off and switch it back on again, it's now being blocked. Latching is the same situation. You just add interlock ready latch enabled. And if you see the lock has appeared, and the same goes for the good. So it's either ready, good, or bad. The other situation is simply the divert. Again, divert has both enabled or disabled. Good board divert. Pull that down. We can enable it, and boom, the user interface is updates automatically, and the divert happens. So now, if we go down to, if we make the SMEMA good board line high, we see it goes down to that. So that's it really. There's a number of APIs. They're all, if I just flash them up quickly, you can then note down what they are. So it's ready, it's good, it's bad, there's latching, and there's divert. There will be also more get events, but there's also some get events. So lanes, if you don't know the index number of the lanes, you can do a get event, the extension name 1/gate lanes, and you get back a JSON payload, index 0, that's the lane description, that's the machine description, and that's the GUID. Interlock, if you want to know the current state of the interlock, lane interlock index 0, and you can see that at the moment they're all off. I imagine we will add the ability to see the SMEMA states, not just the interlock states, the actual raw SMEMA states. That will be pretty useful. Another thing to understand is the MultiPlug itself uses SSDP, Simple Service Discovery Protocol. Essentially, it's a very simple way of pinging your network out, and all the MultiPlug instances reply back. There is a description which I believe is just MultiPlug as a service. That might be useful if you're creating a solution that automatically detects the MultiPlug instances on your network, and therefore you don't have to worry about IP addresses. It's more of a flexible way rather than hard coding IP addresses and that like. So that was the REST API overview. Also, the SMEMA interface, the SMEMA extension generates internal MultiPlug events that other things can subscribe to, one being the blocking event. So this is an example of using HTTP requests outbound. So on every time there is a blocking event, this URL gets requested as a get, but obviously it could also be a post. It's currently subscribing to the subscription of the block event, and within the SMEMA settings we can say whether that is blocked or unblocked. And what we can say is the payload of an event has subjects, and we can say the subject is 0 for unblocked and 1 for blocked. We could change that to true, we could change that to whatever you want to do, and essentially when that gets fired from the HTTP request, you will get a blocked equals true, or blocked equals 1 for the current setting. So then your system can understand what the change was, or blocked with 1, or whatever you set it as. It will just append in a GET request, that is, it will append it as a query string. For a post, you will be able to get set. You will be able to set options of how the format gets retrieved or sent out by the MultiPlug. These settings here will handle all the alternative settings. I'm not going to show you today because this is a a very early version of the extension. We used to have an extension that was handling multiple things, and we've removed the functionality and made it just handle HTTP stuff. But this version is just one, and so in the future, I'm sure by the time you watch this video, there will be multiple upgrades, and in another video I will show you how to do updates of extensions, also updates of the system disk. So a system disk will, or the system image will take the settings back to factory default, so just bear that in mind. But as the adapter gets mature, now and then it might be worth downloading your settings and starting fresh from a new factory default scenario. So I hope that helps. This product is targeted at IT professionals. I think that using HTTP requests, for example, and the REST API is very well known, and to use a JSON payload is very well known now within the communities of development, and also, of course, it's programming language agnostic. So you're not going to be worrying about what programming language. It's just basically URLs, and now being able to retrieve them. You can also have a multi-plug instance on the other end, which is why this kind of concept of modularization and being able to build things up using extensions is really smart, because it's just trying to keep things simple, so we're not hard coding stuff. So I hope that helps. Yeah, look out for other videos on this YouTube channel which will detail other tutorials. Cheers.